All right, good afternoon, New York. Thank you for joining us today. You know, the ambitious have flocked to New York for generations because they know that if they want to achieve a certain level of prominence, this is the place to do it. And Kia is most certainly ambitious. Since 2009, we've introduced over 20 all-new or significantly redesigned vehicles, more than doubled our US sales, and fundamentally altered people's perception and opinion of our brand. And over the years, several of our most successful products debuted right here, including the Optima and the Soul, which accounted for over half of last year's record-shattering annual volume. And as we announced today, helped propel Kia to the best first quarter performance in company history. This success is the result of the long-term vision cultivated by the Group Vice Chairman and CEO of Kia Motors America and Kia Motors Manufacturing Georgia, who joins us here today. Please welcome Mr. Byung-Mo An. So as the saying goes, if you can make it here, boy, you can make it anywhere. And that's because the people and companies that thrive in New York don't just love what they do, they obsess over it, poring over the smallest details to create something that breaks through. You hear it in the individual notes that make up that rich sound of New York's legendary music scene like we have here. You see it in the skyline filled with buildings that push the limits of physics. And you experience it on the plates prepared by master chefs who walk the markets during sunrise, personally selecting the ingredients for that night's dining experience. At Kia, we understand these kinds of fixations. And like the many of the city's greats, we never stop reinventing. I mean, look at the Soul. It's been a bigger hit than anyone ever imagined, with sales increasing every year since its arrival. It has inspired new concepts, several special editions, countless SEMA show cars, and even our first electric Soul, the EV, which we recently announced will expand beyond California to Georgia this month, and Oregon, Washington, Texas, and Hawaii by the end of June, with more states potentially on the way this year. So as you can see by the three concept cars beyond our stage here, together for the first time, our designers have never stopped exploring the Soul's endless possibilities. The Soulster and Trackster are joined by the most recent vision, the Trailster, which provides a near-term look at how production Soul could easily evolve into an all-wheel drive urban escape vehicle. Now, this passion for design is matched by our obsession with craftsmanship, and the results are simply staggering. Kia ranks 6th among all brands in J.D. Power's initial quality study, first among all mainstream brands in Strategic Vision's Total Quality Index, and among the top 10 in Consumer Report's reliability rankings. And, in a first for Kia, the Sportage captured the J.D. Power Vehicle Dependability Award. The Soul EV also recently became the first electric car to ever be named the best eco-friendly vehicle by Motor Week. And our K900 flagship was one of just 13 vehicles to vie for the Robb Report's Car of the Year, along legendary makes such as Bentley, Ferrari, Porsche, and Rolls-Royce. The truth is, Kia has been exceeding expectations for years, and the vehicle we're here to talk about is the one that caused everyone to sit up and take notice back in 2010. At the time, we called it the car that without a doubt will take Kia to the next level. And looking back now, boy, that was an understatement. Its crisp, modern design was a game changer in the conservative midsize sedan segment, leading to an unprecedented sales spike from 25,000 in 2010 to over 160,000 last year. That's more than 500%. It left an indelible mark, not just on the marketplace, but also on our brand, our US manufacturing plant, the Guinness Book of World Records, and even the racetrack as the 2014 World Challenge GTS Manufacturers Champion. Now, when the time came to imagine the next generation Optima, our global network of design and R&D teams fully embraced the challenge. And as Peter Schreyer will tell you, they dedicated themselves to getting thousands of details just right. And once again, raise the bar in the critically important segment.
For us designers, it's important to not only look at cars, but to be interested in architecture, art, music, industrial design, all sorts of things really, because they are influencing us and we are influencing them. When I started at Kia, it was important that we establish an identity and consistent feeling across the brand. But the story of how our new vehicles come to life is about so much more than just the aesthetics. It involves intricate choices in how complex ideas will work together to create something that generates an emotional response. Like the individual streets and avenues that make up New York, the sum is always greater than the parts. Kia's passion for design is evident in the current generation Optima. From the outside in, its striking design was always intended to stand out on the road and signal that something new and exciting was happening at Kia. What really excites me is how fast this company is evolving. The brand, as you knew it 10 or even 5 years ago, is gone. You can see it in even the smallest detail. You can feel it in the sophisticated textures and materials, and you experience it in ways that are interrelated and connected. As we move forward, it's important that change is an improvement and not just for the sake of looking different. From the inside out, the all-new Optima is an exceptionally refined machine, passionately designed and obsessively crafted to exceed expectations.
welcome the Vice President of Product Planning, Kia Motors America, Orth Hedrick.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2016 Kia Optima. In the words of John Wooden, it's the little details that are vital. And with a completely redesigned Optima, no detail was too small to be obsessed over. That's evident everywhere you look. You see it in the crisp lines, you feel it in the soft touch materials, you sense it in the advanced technology, and discover it in the dramatically improved driving experience. It all begins, of course, with the look. Here we are, nearly 5 years to the day, and the outgoing car's styling arguably is still the most sophisticated in the segment. So our mission was to remain true to what made the Optima so appealing, while evolving into something decidedly more sophisticated. With its fast, coupe-like silhouette, bold new front view, aggressively raked windshield, high deck lid, and Optima's signature greenhouse accent extending through the C-pillars, the new Optima is both modern and also instantly recognizable. Our designers stretched the dimensions for a more powerful presence and a roomier, more comfortable cabin. They also extended the wheelbase, added trunk capacity, and accentuated our signature grille with clean and modern lighting elements, including Kia's first application of a bifunctional, high-intensity discharge headlight with available dynamic bending lamps and also high beam assist. Our engineers were just as fanatical about making a massive leap in terms of driving dynamics. They increased the use of advanced high-strength steel up to 150% to deliver both greater body strength and also torsional rigidity without adding any weight. Moving the suspension mounting points outwards results in a noticeable improvements in both ride and handling and includes more stable and precise steering, while the available rack-mounted power-driven motor system quickens the response. And that's just scratching the surface of how far we went to improve NVH and also the ride quality. For example, the panoramic sunroof is made lighter by employing carbon fiber in the supporting framework, helping to lower that center of gravity. Acoustic laminated glass is standard on the front windows of all Optimas, and we increased the insulation in the dashboard, the windshield, side molding, structural adhesives to ensure a quiet ride. Stiffer engine mounts and larger cross-member bushings reduce unwanted noise and vibration. All of this and more makes the all-new Optima quieter, more confident, more responsive, and more fun to drive. And that's not without mentioning our powertrain advances. For the first time, Optima will be available with a choice of 3 4-cylinder engines, 2 of them turbocharged. Both our 2.4-liter and our 2-liter turbo have been retuned for quicker throttle response, greater low-end torque, and also, more importantly, improved fuel economy. And we're adding a third new high-efficiency power plant in the form of a 1.6-liter 4-cylinder turbo mated to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. This spirited engine produces 178 horsepower and is expected to achieve nearly 40 miles per gallon on the highway. Like the Cadenza and also the K900, the new Optima's roomier cabin is more refined with extensive use of soft touch materials, and its 5 distinctive trim levels feature sophisticated textures and also class-up touches. Satin metal accents and contrast stitching are used extensively to lend a handcrafted look. Leather and luxurious Napa leather seating is available in 2 new colors. And seating comfort has been dramatically improved by employing a stiffer frame in softer areas and seats. And with added height adjustment for the front seat passenger seat, this is a feature that you rarely see in this segment. Yet another example of our extreme attention to detail, a more advanced and intensive sewing process is used to deliver exact spacing between each and every stitch. The driver-oriented cockpit features available 8-inch touchscreen and a more unified design. Our latest version of our cutting-edge telematics system, UVO, brings several new e-services to the Optima. And this will be the first Kia to offer Android Auto for enhanced integration of smartphone apps, with Apple CarPlay soon to follow. Audiophiles will fall in love with the available 630-watt 14-speaker Infinity Premium audio system with Quantum Logic sound. This is the first application of this innovative technology in a mainstream sedan, and it extracts the signals from the original recording and redistributes them into an authentic multi-dimensional soundstage for crystal clear playback. Rear camera display comes standard on all Optimas, and the 360-degree around view monitor, first seen on our K900, is included in our top-of-the-line SXL trim. And for the first time, Optima offers autonomous emergency braking, which can bring the vehicle to a complete stop to avoid or reduce impact of a collision, and joins a number of other technologies, including advanced smart cruise control, blind spot detection, lane departure warning, and also rear cross traffic alert. As our best-selling vehicle for 3 years running, the Optima has had a huge impact on our brand. When many people think of Kia, this is the vehicle that comes to mind. And now it's more refined than ever. and I'm pleased to tell you it will continue to be built with pride at our U.S. manufacturing plant in West Point, Georgia. So, there you have it, the all-new 2016 Kia Optima. Passionately designed and obsessively crafted to exceed expectations when it goes on sale this fall. Now, before we wrap up, we'd like to invite you to one of Kia's favorite New York City traditions, our annual season-ending celebration. It's located just a few steps away from the Javits Center at Stage 37 and begins immediately following today's press events at 5 o'clock. So please plan to drop by for some entertainment, cocktails, and hors d'oeuvres. Thank you once again for joining us today. Please come on up and take a closer look at the brand new Optima. Thank you.